Fan games are your way of expressing your love for the FNAF series. Some of you make simple games that just shake things up, some of you make your own stories and characters and use the FNAF formula, but there's a tiny group of you that make some interesting fan games, and those are what we're exploring today. Let's do it. In a 10 Purple Guy Simulator. Okay. Purple Guy Simulator isn't exactly the weirdest game. It's something that I was actually asking for, but honestly, I wanted it in VR. But straight up, I love the fact that there is a Purple Guy Simulator, okay? Going around to Freddy's Pizzeria, killing kids and shoving their bodies into animatronic suits until you get caught by the cops is certainly something that I find blissful. Man, I hope, like, shrinks don't watch these videos. It's relaxing running around and trying to find a kid who's alone so you can shove a knife in their chest and then try to hide their body before another kid or a parent finds it first. My biggest question is, why do parents keep bringing their kids to these restaurants if children ended up going missing there? Like, who thought that the continued attendance to Freddy Fazbear's was a good idea? Like, hell, especially if I was the purple guy, because based on the time I played Purple Guy Simulator on this channel, damn, clean sweep. If I sneezed wrong someplace, okay, my father would prevent us from stepping foot within the same block of that place for years, okay, which I guess given the recent situation is understandable, but not when I was 8 years old. In at 9, FNAF Go. So this game has not actually been finished as of yet, or at least to my knowledge, but it is a thing that has a page on GameJolt. The page for it describes this as a FNAF fan game inspired by Pokemon Go and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Oddly enough, it's not the only FNAF fan game that I've seen that makes reference to Pokemon, although this one obviously would like to do a lot more than just blend the two worlds together, kind of like the whole Torchica thing from a previous video. As weird as it sounds, this is basically what we have with special delivery, which a lot of people love. So although it's definitely still a weird premise for a game, it also seems to be a potentially profitable one. But hey, just because something is weird doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad idea. Like me, I'm weird, but I'm not a bad... that's a horrible example. I am a bad idea. If you want to make mistakes, make me. In at 8, 5 Nights at YouTube Office. How would you feel about working at the YouTube home office? I'm sure plenty of you think that that would be a dream come true. However, apparently, at least according to this game, please don't sue us YouTube, apparently there are YouTubers that sleepwalk into the office, and there are also certain YouTubers that haunt the office. Whatever that means, since from what I can tell, all of these YouTubers are still alive at the time of recording, and certainly at the time that the game was made. Basically, this game works as a FNAF 2 clone with YouTubers instead of the animatronics, where PewDiePie is the puppet, having to wind up a music box to get him to chill. Because if not, you'll get the ultimate bro fist to the face and then get cancelled for associating yourself with PewDiePie. That's right, the actual imminent threat of this game isn't death, it's cancellation. Social death. Actually, not really, like you will get yourself got. But as a YouTuber, okay, which still feels weird to say despite it being my life for the past 3 years, I don't want to play this game, it's just concerning. And at 7, Bonnie Simulator. Speaking of weird simulators like we were in the first number, here's another one for you, Bonnie Simulator. I find this game to be both strange and delightful, but while Purple Guy Simulator is a game that I think many of us wanted, in a weird way, obviously I wanted it, I don't know if anyone was really demanding Bonnie Simulator, although I can't deny it's pretty fun. The question that the creator of this game had been asked is, why do we just play as Bonnie in this simulator, which takes place during FNAF 1? Why not any other animatronics? Well, that's because they only had so much time to make this game, and Bonnie is their favorite. You can't fault them for that. Although I do have to say, I would love to see their take on a Chica simulator. Hey, mommy! And at 6, 5 Nights at the Chum Bucket. After the Krusty Krab was burnt to the ground by the rogue animatronic workers, the sole living survivor of the Inferno was taken captive by the robot's malevolent controller. When the player awakens, they are to find themselves trapped and located inside the security room of the Chum Bucket. Within the first and second night, the business official who talks to the player discovers that there is another survivor that is trying to save you. The business official decides to allow the other survivor to come and find you in order to kill you both. The player once again has to survive 6 nights against the animatronic onslaught as they wait for their savior, the man behind the door instead of the slaughter. While its predecessor game, Five Nights at the Krusty Krab, is certainly something, Five Nights at the Chum Bucket just seems even weirder to me. Like, why? Why would the Krusty Krab burn down when it's under the ocean? Why would we be kidnapped and placed into the Chum Bucket? What the ever-loving heck is going on in this god-forsaken game? Halfway through into number 5, DAYSHIFT at FREDDY'S. Okay, this is a weird game for so many reasons, but even as we discussed earlier on this list, weird isn't always bad. This game is definitely weird, but it's also pretty great. In this game, you play as an entertainer / Freddy's general staff member who walked around inside the spring-locked suit at a Freddy's location entertaining children. Of course, it's not all fun and games though, because you're in a spring-locked suit. Not only is there a lot to watch out for and a load of work to be done, but there is also some fan-related jokes within the game that are pretty hilarious and also fairly bizarre. Basically, DAYSHIFT at FREDDY'S has got it all. If you haven't experienced this bizarre gem, then go over to Game Jolt and do so now. Maybe if I'm in a spring-locked suit, I could finally make it with Chica. DAYSHIFT at FREDDY'S is also one of the it has its own franchise, but so there is more to play if you decide that you like it. In at 4, Five Nights at the Car. The description of this game on Game Jolt reads, quote, "Hey bro, thanks for doing this job. You are a 10-year-old kid who was in the car at the mall waiting for your mom, but weird things want to kill you, so your job is to protect yourself from them. If you're hearing this, you're crazy." What? This game is so absurdly bad that it hurts me. The game is literally just a PNG file that looks absolutely atrocious. Don't get me wrong, I know it takes a lot to make a game, but I could have made a game better than this. This is just a cardinal sin of humanity and it needs to be put down. I hope that this was a joke. It has to be a joke, right? I've talked about this game multiple times previously, and honestly, I haven't been able to get it out of my head since that first encounter. It's like it's stalking me. I still have sleepless nights because of this damn thing. Download it so you can see the PNG files. Actually, you don't even need to. Go to the Game Jolt page and just look at the images. There you go. That's the game. Getting close to the end in number 3, Five Nights at Anime. Look, I know that people love the animatronics, and sometimes it can get a little weird, but even I was surprised to learn that this game existed. That's right, I was surprised, and I have made 2 jokes about making it with Chica this video. And I've seen a lot of fan art for this franchise, okay? A lot. I thought I had seen it all, but apparently I haven't. Enter Five Nights at Anime, or in anime, whatever it's called. This is a game that was created to parody FNAF, obviously, but instead of you being a security guard at a Freddy's location, you've been hired as a security guard at an anime convention, and it's up to you to watch these anime girl-style animatronic versions of the Freddy's cast. Yeah, we've got the core cast of the animatronics, but just stylized as well-endowed anime ladies, because why the f not? I think the really weird thing about this game is how many people seem to want more of it, and want a version that leans more into this genre as opposed to it being a parody. Yikes, like I'll make the jokes, but I ain't playing this game unless I make a Patreon. Penultimately, and at number 2, Five Nights in Anime 2. Just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, Five Nights in Anime has a sequel. Oh boy. And the hits just keep on coming. This version of Five Nights in Anime is even more bizarre, and it's really more of the same, but even weirder, with the same tropes, but this time parodying, you guessed it, FNAF 2. My question is, if this is a joke and a parody in the same vein, why did we get a sequel? Like, I know why, but I don't know. There must have been people asking for it. Because this is a thing that is real. Also, let's just take a second to acknowledge that the first Five Nights in Anime game got 3.5 million downloads, whereas Five Nights in Anime 2 got 1.8 million. So, at least they relaxed a little bit after the first one. It's better than that one mod for Security Breach that people keep telling me to download in my Instagram DMs. People, you do realize what platform this is, right? The only way I could do that is if I started a Patreon for those games. Wait a minute. That could work. Oh wait, no, I'm not famous enough for that. And finally, in at number 1, Five Nights of Love. Ah yes, the game that I knew existed, but didn't know it existed until I looked it up. This game actually inspired this whole list. And you know what? I was hoping it wasn't real, but it is. I figured that if KFC had a dating sim, then FNAF must have one too, right? And it absolutely does. Yep, you heard me right. This is a FNAF dating sim. You love shipping animatronics with everything, living or not, as we explored in a previous video, okay? Entered X exotic butters, really? Whether it be a human trapped in a suit with just a pile of trash, you'll ship it. And honestly, it's disturbing. But this time, you get to decide who makes the cut in Five Nights of Love. Remember when I was talking about like Fun Time Freddy facts and I was doing the whole dating show joke? Yeah, that's this, okay? Tracking via cameras the rooms of the public place, a player will periodically meet the live toys, animatronics Chica, Foxy, Freddy, and Balloon Boy. With every one of them, the player can have a heart-to-heart talk and hug these unfortunate freaks, giving them all their love and attention. Thanks to this treatment though, the level of the toys' love towards you will only increase by 5 or 10%, but the level of your energy will consequentially decrease by 10 or 25%. Once your energy is out, the player has to return to their office and start their next day. Partially, the player can refill their energy at Balloon Boy by 50% at once if you're lucky. Over the period of 5 days, you are to make as many animatronics happy as possible, earning bonus scores for this. The more scores you get, the more successfully the game is completed. Dear God, why is this a thing? You want to make it with an animatronic? Then play Five Nights of Love. That's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been in Showerman Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video. Huzzah!